I know that the symbol of this Aqualad obviously means terribly much to both of you, and I understand why we wouldn't want to part with it. I do have this Oromite dagger as well. I am not beholden to it. I know it is valuable. I know it could be valuable, but I feel I am capable of functioning without it.
If we are to let Stevium live, pay him in any kind of Oromite, that is another trail that we're leaving behind for whoever our adversary is, to know that the people who disrupted the operation on Ravenstrike, an Oromite mining planet, traded in Oromite for safe passage down to Vorex. I wanted to pay for his drinks because it's ethereal. It's gone. He's imbibed his reward. Now he's got a physical thing linked to us.
That's true, Damien, but we only have so many resources.
I defer to your decision, Interrogator. I don't have to like it, but we have to get on with this.
I understand and I appreciate your hesitancy in trying to cover our tracks, but there is only so much we can do.
Is a Laslock valuable? He could have that.
Doesn't come off as the fighting type so far, but perhaps.
That's all I have to barter with.
Morgan, you've spoken to him the longest. How do you suppose he'd respond to a renegotiation mid-flight?
I don't think he would appreciate that. If anything, the dagger is even more valuable than the Aquila.
Yes, but the Laslock.
He seemed to like shiny gold, but we could make an attempt.
I used gold filigree in my writing of the Book of Ezekiel.
That's...
Seeing just Solomon's face, it's...
Yeah.
I don't want either of you to lose something that is meaningful to you in this exchange.
I don't know what to tell you, but you've both lived longer than I have. I learned pretty early. You don't always get what you want. I'm signing, yelling, apparently.
All right, well, we're programmed for a bit, so I'm thinking anybody want to play Regicide?
Damien will say yes. Damien's like, yes, because I think he's very done with the, like, how to make everyone happy conversation. He's like, the call's not mine to make at the end of the day. That's my input. I'm out of here.
Fabulous. We got Regicide unless you want to dabble with some cards. Get all four of us in on a game?
I think after Damien suggested that we give him the Bible he made for him, I think he's genuinely bummed out. So I think he's like, no, I'm all right. Thank you. Maybe another time.
Okay, then it's you and me, Grumpy Pants. Let's see who's the luckiest charmer on this ship.
Set them up, Stevia.
And he does. It's Stevius.
Stevius.
And you are?
Brother Fortis.
All right, Fortis, let's see how fortified you are. And he sets them up. Can you roll the D20? You will have proficiency compared to Stevius.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
The proficiency is contextual on the opponent. That's fun. So that's a total of 6.
Well, I got a 5.
Hey,
we got a genius over here.
Just blunder after blunder on both sides of the board, but I happen to just win out.
Yeah, absolutely. Every move is the worst move possible, followed by someone missing it.
Solomon is like watching me, like, oh! never mind. Oh!
That's not how I talk to play.
All right. Best 2 out of 3.
I could go for more.
All right.
Solomon's gonna get on the microbeat as he sees this, and just as he sees this develop, he's gonna go, Damien, gamble with him.
Pieces are being set up, and I think as Stevius goes to make his first move before like he places a hand on the piece, Damon will kind of reach out just to kind of interrupt that.
Oh, hey!
And say, if we're playing best 2 out of 3, what's that worth to you?
Well, I mean, you've already got the advantage. So,
I do.
what's it worth to you? It'd have to be something pretty juicy for me to consider gambling at all.
As a faithful brother of the Ministoro, I've declined many earthly delights, and you seem like a man who knows his way around those sorts of things.
You want to bet kisses?
And Damon's like,
That
Solomon's.
yeah, like that was, Damon was like, I don't know, like, show me a titty mag, like, like,
when you said earthly delights, I also was like, are you having
oh,
sex?
fuck, oh shit, well, all right, never mind. I send out bad signals. It's these goddamn Kestrel
You
lights.
got the
You're so
Kestrel
pretty,
lights.
you're so
Kestrel
pretty.
lights.
So you're saying you want a case? But only if I can beat you at regicide.
So,
I didn't know that was on the table. wait, maybe I'll get in on this.
would those terms be acceptable, Stevius?
Well, I got nothing else to do, so let's find out who's gonna pucker up to who.
So,
If he wins, Stevie's gets him. If he loses, he wins. Stevie gets a kiss.
that's what, yeah, that seems
Everyone gets a kiss.
So, if you win, we kiss?
No, if I win, you have to kiss me.
Alright.
And if you win, I have to kiss you. But if I win, you have to kiss me twice, because you get the advantage. Unless you want to make this interesting in some other way. Waggles eyebrows at you. His left eye flashes apart for a second.
And I see that. Okay. Well, what did you have in mind?
I don't want to say.
Does his eye do anything?
His eye just like a shy face.
Oh, no. A shy emoji,
Yeah.
a little blushing
Yeah.
emoji. The two
The
index.
two fingies touching.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
I don't know.
I like Damon needs, and me, Tyler needs like a mental palate cleanser. Like I am out of my depth here. What's going on?
You could combine and have somebody else offer to play regicide. You just want to
He's
bail out.
almost ready to be like, oh, this is. I've lost control of things here. All right, well let's play best 3 out of 5.
Okay.
I like to match weights, get to know my opponent a little better before I overcommit to something.
Yeah, match wits before you match lips. That speaks to me. Round 2.
Make your move.
Sets it up. It's a dirty 20.
Oh, that's not enough. That's a 9.
He crushes you immediately in that first game. It's a clean sweep. But I will say, from Solomon observing from the side, it was luck. He's not a very good strategist. It's just everyone's making mistakes.
Okay, so now it's 1-1.
1-1. But Solomon, you are in the combat
Yes,
system.
that's what I'm saying.
So if you want to help, you can give Damien advantage if you coach him through the game. What do you tell him, having seen Stevius play twice now?
He's reckless, Damien. He's playing with his heart instead of his mind. You have to calm down. You got to think logically.
Okay.
Step by step. Don't get ahead of yourself.
And Damon will say, good game. Well done.
Well, thank you. I am a master of this.
It shows.
Oh.
Let's make things a little interesting further then.
All right. What does that mean to you?
You like that aqua that Brother Sanctus wears, do you not?
Well, that's my payment. I get that in a couple of hours when we get to Vorex.
Correct. But you spotted that and you liked it.
You're making this sound so sultry, but I don't know where we're heading.
It's the accent. It comes and goes. Well, I'm just saying, is there anything else you like?
I would like 2 Aqualas.
If you win, you want 2.
Well, do you have a second one?
Not with us.
Well, that's the same as old Stevius Funkhauser.
Well, we do have the Holy Blade of St. Jericho.
And The holy blade
I have to go.
of Saint
This has been a
Jericho.
lot of fun. Thank you guys for having me.
It's a pretty epic offer. It sounds great. Tell me about this blade.
It was used to slay many foes of the Empire. They say if one who wields it is skilled enough, there is no enemy that can withstand his blows.
It's pretty impressive.
You seem quite skilled.
I am. At least eye flashes just says no. I am. Interesting. So, you've been fooled before, though. You're with the Ministorum. You can't lie, right?
Correct.
Probably deception. You can tell me, but it's a nat 1 over 2. 16.
Yay!
All right. Well, you know what I'll say. If that sword's worth all you're saying it is, I can see in your eyes that you're telling me the truth. You may be even underselling it, because you don't know. You're one of those Ministorum rubes, not as worldly as me, Stevius Funkhauser, the galaxy's luckiest charmer. And that means I should make you a fair bet, because I'm a nice guy. I'll take you to Oryx and back if I lose. But if I win, I get that sword to become the greatest hero this galaxy has ever known.
I like that. Double or nothing.
Do you have 2 swords?
No. Double or nothing. As in, I win. You take us down to Oryx and back. That's our double.
That's what I said.
Yes. You win. You get the sword and the apple.
Well, I thought I was talking you down, but you're talking me up, baby. I'll take all the stuff I can get. It's time to run you into the ground.
I had to make sure he wasn't still expecting to get paid an aqua
Yeah.
after this.
His eye flashes and it just says, God, I hope I win.
I start to notice this eye. Does it do anything while he's playing this regicide?
It's just watching.
Okay, it's not saying like knight to b4 or anything like that. Okay,
Not anything like that. It seems to mainly be triggering off of his emotional states, just
Okay.
stating the truth.
okay.
If you turn, as soon as you make that bet, if you turn to Solomon, you would see he is gone genuinely white.
Damien will not look.
Just if you glance, like if you took a side glance, and I think he like has reached over and has grabbed Morgan by the leg
Yep,
and
yep.
is just gripping and like gives a self-vocalized. He goes, "I know this was my idea, but I am feeling stressed."
Can you roll me a wisdom saving throw on a fear check to see if you can keep coaching Damien? This is
Oh, that's an interesting thing to say.
Would I be able to give him advantage of I helping de-stress him if I am?
how. But
Because
you know what? I don't think you could for this first game, because
Okay.
it would start right away. But if he fails this check
I
and
see.
continues, then you can start
Okay,
to tag
that
him.
makes sense.
Because this game's starting and the opening
Oh,
moves
yes,
are
yes,
key
yes,
and
yes.
regicide.
Natty 19.
Natty 19, your sword is on the line and you will not fail. Your mind does not have room for doubt. You are here to coach. So you managed to snap back in and focus. Morgan, you do say something in his ear to help. What is it?
The Emperor does not give us challenges which
It
we
seems it
cannot
has
overcome.
been raining here.
Right. I must have faith. I must have faith in Damien. Also, I need someone to shave my face. I just noticed I went to dab my head from sweat, but it is just sore.
Stubble.
Yeah, it's not
I
feeling.
suppose it has been an hour.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, this first game, Damien, you have advantage.
Thank you.
You get to add your +2 per proficiency. We'll see what
Just gonna go
What's
for it.
Stevie's?
I believe in you, buddy.
I believe in me too. 16.
6. All right, so I lost that one. But you're one of those Ministorum guys. I'm sure this can come back together.
I would like to pretend to be surprised that I won.
Okay, roll me a deception.
16 deception.
It is the 15.
I am playing regicide, but I'm trying to introduce the element to this kind of gambling man. You play the person across from you. Trying to introduce that element to this game as well. To have him notice that I'm not confident. Have him notice that that was luck in my face. If he's not seeing it in the board, then he's seeing it in the man across the board from him.
Yeah, no, you are convincingly that way. It's like, all right, even you didn't see that coming. But okay, like throwing any cues that could be throwing things off. I need you two to look away. He looks to you, Sanctus and Eunice. He needs you to turn around, and the skull and the porcelain face. All you need to look at the back wall for the duration of this game.
Yeah, he'll turn around. Fortis. For the Fortis.
Sanctus.
Good luck.
Thank you, brother.
Remember what I taught you.
Oh,
He'll turn around.
Turn around. Be observed.
And I'll take the porcelain face and snap it.
All right. Let's see what happens. We match minds. How furious is it? Oh, shit. 5. A 5. The most unlikely of games. A tie. Wow, that's literally unheard of in this game.
In the background, Morgan. Whoa! That's crazy, dude. Honestly, I've never seen him die like, and we had to turn away. We didn't see it. I wanted to explain it.
Describe everything.
Yeah, describe.
Well, we both just have our regents left and can't catch each other, so it's just a tie. Everything else is dead.
That's cool.
All right. I guess that one wasn't for all the marbles because this one is.
I have to put this one away after this. So that's a total of 4.
Fotobox ligger framme.
So that's a total of 4.
1. Well, I guess I'm doing this whole trek for free. Can we just try it one more time? Same rules, same bet, just what we call in the old Funkhauser family a do-over.
I'm afraid, Stevie, one didn't go away, and that it cost him, but it was free. Good word of the Lord, Emperor.
Does it come to the case?
I'll keep this guy happy. I'll give him a little peek on the cheek.
Oh. If that's the Emperor's talking to me, maybe I'll start going to church.
You're a marvelously graceful loser, Stevie.
That's
Well,
I
there's
don't
no
think
other way
I
to be when
was
you're the
smart.
galaxy's unluckiest charmer. I mean, luckiest charmer. I'm not good at keeping this up. I lose a lot of the time. I have serious debts, and without me being paid, there may be some problems on Forex.
Thinking in his head, he's like, why did he gamble with them? But obviously, he has a problem, so.
If I'd won, I would have fixed it all.
That's all, yeah, okay, I know you got that gamble mindset. That gamble mindset. Keep going. Keep at it. That payout's one more game away. That sounds like quite the burden on you.
Yeah, debts are a real burden.
Would you like to confess, share that burden with us, perhaps?
You'll take on half my debts?
No, confess the sin of.
This is actually breaking in second.
He really brought this. He's got a great voice, but oh boy.
I guess I can tell you about how I lost the money. That's what you want to know.
If it would lighten your spiritual world, I would be happy to provide that service to you.
Okay. And he rattles off a string of games that all sounded like they were absolutely in the bag for him. And it's clear to you within about 5 minutes, everyone who's ever dealt with this guy has tried to run the con that you ran on him, and he's bought the farm every time someone has brought up gambling. He's basically only been paid on rides where people didn't like gambling. It's insane. Otherwise, his ship was so big when he started, and it's down to this that only functions on warrant beacons. Like at one point, this guy almost had a warrant of trade, and then he got into gambling, and it's all down to here. It actually seems like with the sheer number of bets that he's made, he must have the worst luck in the galaxy to still be around and to have lost that much.
It's kind of like the best luck almost in a weird way. Like, you should be dead because somebody out there wants your legs. David will receive all of this as
So he will finish his tales of woe then with his most recent debts and say, oh, yeah, that's the deal. Excella Roads. I've bet on a crude out fight and it all went to hell.
I mean, if someone
Now I thought I could
goes
fire off with
faster
that
than
gold
you,
arc,
you
but
just
instead
change
she's
lane.
probably just
You
gonna get
don't break check down.
Yep, one of the Quavesa leaders on Vorex. Tried to make some side money.
Like she
Instead,
did.
I made some front debts.
Well, that's quite the troubling tale. I'm so sorry that happened. May I bring my companions closer in to
Oh my god, I
provide...
forgot to tell them they can turn back around. They've been 3 feet away staring at a wall for 2 hours. Come on back, friends.
Brother, sister, our kind guide here has unburdened himself of many unfortunate dealings and gambling mishaps.
Yeah, brother, if you're the leader of this band, I could really use your forgiveness, your blessing, and if you can spare it, that I'm well.
Unfortunately, Stevius has gambled away his payment from us.
Oh yeah, I lost that one game you weren't watching.
Truly, the only blessing I can give you is the one you've learned yourself today. Gambling never pays. The house always wins. But, much as I'm sure Brother Fortis has said as well, this is a learning opportunity. You can become better at the game, and you can become better in your soul. But unfortunately, we cannot part with this aquila now.
Okay, so what you're saying is if I practice regicide some more, I'll win the next bet.
What you take away from my teachings, that's up to you, Stevie.
Okay.
But no, I do need to make myself clear. I would be remiss to tell you that gambling will solve this, even if you just get better at it. What I'm saying is turn away from gambling, find help, look towards the good word of the Emperor.
Is that going to pay my debts?
Spiritually?
No, I mean physically, because that's where the threats are.
Unfortunately, no. However, as we get down to speak to the Quavesa, we seek to preach the Emperor's word. The more that they hear of the benevolence and the forgiveness promised by the Emperor, maybe they will turn the other cheek.
Oh, you're here to preach forgiveness?
Well, I think
That's unusual
all.
for the Ministora.
We preach a benevolent word. It's a big tent.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is there precedent within like Vortigern Storm of somebody who adopts a monastic kind of surrendering all their worldly possessions or anything like that thing to join the Storm, and in that way debts are also absolved, forgiven, or they receive protection from persecution?
Theoretically, anybody could protect anybody in that sense of like they're part of this band or part of this group. So yes, you could absolutely take somebody under your wing in that
Okay.
regard.
Then Damien will chime in and say, one way your debts could be wiped out is to join to join the flock and surrender all your worldly possessions and give yourself fully to labor in the name of the Emperor.
Okay, so I could do like a spiritual double or nothing in which I give you this ship and then you will protect me from Excella Roads.
We are merely three humble servants of the Emperor. You could finish your job with us. We could put in a good word with the greater Ministora.
I wonder
You could
where
flee to it.
why the judge was taken out.
Sanctuary from them.
Maybe
I'll
something happened
consider anything
IRL
at
for
this
him
point,
so he couldn't
but I will
partake
point
in
out
the-
Excella Roads is on Vorex and the
story
Ministora
anymore?
is somewhere else, so I've kind of just got the three.
For the time being, I'm sure we can provide a little bit of shelter as best we possibly can.
Fabulous. I'd appreciate it. And in return, I won't tell anyone about all of the hair growing on your entire face. You guys should shave it.
Is it really? Is it noticeable?
It's considerable.
Ah.
If I didn't know better, I'd think you were a Torellian dog soldier.
Fortis,
Sanctus, I need some help. Hold
voices of Del Borovic, Guy Bradford, Josh Halbert, and Tyler Hewitt, alongside Dungeon Master Ryan Plant. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Agents of the Inquisition's artwork was created by Del Borovic. Our theme song is The Horns by Megan McDuffie, and our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, whose music was provided by freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum Dums and Dice, including merchandise, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. If you want to support the show or get an ad-free version, go to dumdumdice.com/join. That's dumdumdice.com/join. Again, that's dumdumdice.com/join. Though the team is working under special condition, this podcast isn't. So tell your friends about Agents of the Inquisition and join us next episode. Rabute Gilliman himself commands it.
Dum Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: George Dolby, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Madre de Gatos, Garbo Abe, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marie, Dia de los Hoodless, Swishy Werewolf, Funky Head, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Megan Werner, A Man Out of Time, Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com, Your Homeboy Bones, Ellis Hatch, Odigenous, Kai Koa, Squire Solaire, Sandy Sassy Pants, Amira Lockhart, James Molina, Nick Hepsing, Mickey Blake, Corpse Knight Silver, Adam Deer 101, The Dangler, Lady Destiny Storm.
Hey, I'm Ernie Weekend from the fully improvised comedy podcast Hello from the Magic Tavern. I'm here with my co-hosts, Chuck the Talking Badger, Bing Bong, and Usador the Wizard.
I greet thee, listeners.
Look, I'm trapped in the magical land of food, so I started a podcast interviewing elves, unicorns, and other weirdos. We have great guests like Felicia Day, Jason Mantzoukas, Brennan Lee Mulligan, Amy Mann, and so many more. Oh, and I think one time we interviewed a sentient shoe. What was sentient?
Not to mention the evil people we've had to interview. How I hate evil.
Join us as we bar crawl across the magical land of food,
Looking for adventure.
getting caught up in escapades. Hello from the Magic Tavern is available right now on your favorite podcast app, and ad-free and with lots of bonus content on Patreon. Subscribe to Hello from the Magic Tavern today.
You are all making your way to Vorax, the planet where your next mission is taking place. You successfully connected with Stevius Funkhauser, the unluckiest charmer in the galaxy, who is your ticket into a Tau enclave. You need to find out, theoretically, why the Tau are here, but most importantly, you need to make the Tau leave without it becoming a shooting war, because there are Imperial naval assets facing off with Tau protection fleet ships up in orbit. Stevius has been taking you through a series of warp beacons because he cannot afford an astropath, and he gambled away his all of you through a clever ruse that involved some cheating, and then the fact that Stevius is a very bad gambler. You did offer him a future with the Ministorum, but not your Ministorum, who you are currently pretending to be. You are all in disguises. Morgan, I will say that you did manage to put together a new disguise using some improvised clothing, some bed sheets, other materials that were around. It looks comparable to the rest of the group, but not super comparable. Can you roll me a sleight of hand to see how much you can put together in an outfit that will blend in, or if you will stand out?
Sleight of hand, that is a 6.
Oh, woof. You look a bit like a farmhand. You have the backup coveralls that Stevius was wearing, so you have coveralls and a bit of a cape, a children's Superman-style cape made out of a bedsheet. That's all you could get here. There were no needles, there was no thread. Stevius is really not prepared to help anyone with anything. He gambled away most of it. You also won both of these things from him in a game of Regicide. Who keeps playing? Jesus Christ, Stevius. Brother Sanctus, Brother Fortis, and Sister Eunice. You are making your way to Vorex, and you have arrived in system. You are all able to look forward and see this lumberyard of a planet. From orbit, there are bodies of water, there are polar caps, the things you would normally expect, but everywhere you can see land is just green. It's clear that foliage is all over the place, but the undeniable thing hovering over this planet are 5 Imperial naval capital ships facing off against 5 equally large Tau protection fleet ships. You do not know the classifications of these ships. This is not your level of expertise from this distance because you don't have access to scans. The scanners on the ship are very bad, but you do know, at least from the research that you've done and the discussions that you've had with Avarice, as well as your work inside your holding cell during the many years you were in custody with Training Morgan. If this is a one-on-one fight with the Tau fleet, the Imperial ships are outmatched. They are not in a good way, but they are clearly enforcing this blockade. Only your ship is being flown by the unluckiest charmer in the galaxy, and he knows a path that has been stealthed to allow him to get you down to the surface of this planet. So you are moving between the fleet. There are some drones that you see hovering out of, as far as you can tell, nowhere, because they are black and they can see them on the sensors. They surround the ship and begin casting stealth fields over it. You just feel a little bit of electricity, a little bit of the hair on your arms standing on end, the hair on Solomon's face standing on end. Don't worry, you've shaved it off. And I will say, Solomon, can you roll me 2d12? That's a lot of damage. Just bleed out. 14 total. 14. So you had 4 hours of travel. I will say it took you approximately an hour to get through Janus 2, all that with the other facial issues. So that's 5 hours. And it took you 9 hours to get through system. So if you make a note, you have 10 more hours where your facial hair will be growing at every pore until it resolves itself. But only 10 more hours. One very short and very reasonable Imperial workday. Most of them much closer to 14 to 16 hours. But you're making your way towards the surface of this planet, fully stealthed by these craft that are traveling alongside your ship. As you breach orbit, there are a number of messages that start to pop up on Stevius' screen. He is thumbing approvals and sending things through. There's a chatter in a language that you don't recognize. It's a strange combination of some avian consonants. There's something airy about it. There's also an earthiness. It's not entirely clear, but it's a blunter language from what you can hear than anything you'd expect from Drakari or Aeldari that seem to be, very mellifluous, very birdsong, like very musical. This one is much more grounded. If there was an alien version of Gothic, it would be this. Your best guess is that this is Tau, based on what is being overheard. Not because you can understand any of it, but just the context clues of you are heading down to land. Your craft begins to break atmosphere, then move lower and lower through the clouds. And you're seeing, all right, so I hope you're all excited to check this out. It's going to be available to see in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And you break through a stealth field that shows almost the hexagonal energy that you pass through with a phase that crosses over all of the inside the craft. And now you can see a city amongst the trees below you, where before you could only see the tops of the canopies. It is medium-sized to small. This is not anywhere near as large as, for example, Ravenshrike. It's not a hive, but it is a bustling community in the center of this forest. As your craft comes down to land, there are other landing craft spaces here, some of them occupied by what you would assume are Tau ships based on the fact that they look like the protection fleet above. The Tau technology you are seeing here is very smooth and very sleek. If the Imperium is a god-awful robber baron era train, this is an iPhone. Everything is rounded, it's clean, it's pure. You're not seeing the internals of anything. There are no exposed ribbing or wires. It's all boxy, angular, Gundam-esque technology in ships. And you're seeing a lot of rounded edges in the buildings in this area. As you set down, the buildings themselves seems to primarily focus on domes. You are seeing some that are the size of, outhouses, sheds, smaller properties. You're also seeing the same scale of domes, just scaled up for individual homes, perhaps meeting halls, restaurants. Everything has a rounded organic edge to it, but it is made of some kind of plastic or polymer, something that is very non-imperial in make. but still has this strange softness and approachableness to all of this. You set down in this landing yard amongst a few other craft of indeterminate types, some of which appear to have Xenos parts. You're not entirely sure, but it seems they're mainly human craft in this section, where you can see Tau craft in a slightly elevated, you know, you're settling down on the forest floor that has been cleared out. There is a raised section that would be much cleaner and nicer, where you can see a number of Tau landing craft and some smaller vehicles. Can you all roll me a perception?
5.
22.
Thank you. 4. Oh yeah, big thank you. Big thank you, Morgan.
Okay, there is a lot of movement going on as this call is coming in, so the ship is moving. There are other experiences that can destabilize you, but Morgan, you're used to all this, so you're able to keep kind of your eye on the prize. You're able to see that these vehicles are not spread throughout this city, this village. You're not sure the exact term to use for it. A hamlet, perhaps.
Well, I will see you later,
but there
guys.
are a number of tanks.
Oh, hello,
that you can
John.
see among.
I just arrived at my second job today, and I will do some work here, testing out some stuff. Hopefully I can be let inside. So yeah, I just have to run. I was supposed to start, I'm gonna start the test at 12 o'clock, so I have to prepare for that. It's like in 10 minutes. So yeah, see you later.